Mr. Charles Whitfield joins us. What's going on, Charles? How you doing? Welcome to the show, my friend.
Man, I am doing great. And
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I need to hire you on my marketing team because I absolutely love that intro. And as my mom would say, who was a 35 years first grade school teacher in Greensboro, there are no bad Hall of Fame. And I think I agree with her.
That's right, man.
Well, you know what?
That's right, bro.
That's the truth right there. That's the truth. So we're talking NCCU homecoming, and being a native of North Carolina, being around Central all your life. I'm sure this means something very special. Tell us, what you got planned for NCCU homecoming.
Man, literally, I'm here in Charlotte. I was actually jumping on the road about 9 o'clock to head down, but got an email yesterday. The Jumpman Invitational that Jumpman is doing will be held at the arena here in Charlotte in December. And actually, Lowe's, where I work, is one of the primary sponsors. So I'm helping lead up our community relations activities. So I was getting on the road at 9, get back home yesterday, get an email that we got to walk through at 1 on some stuff, which I can't miss that meeting. So I'm doing a meeting up here at 1:36. I will be on
1:36.
I will be on the road headed to Durham.
So you know exactly how long it takes to walk to the car.
Our meeting ends at 1:30. I'm sure we'll say goodbye, and that'll be another 3 minutes. It'll take me another 3. By 1:40, I promise you, I will be on 77.
That's funny. That's funny, man.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good day today. Coach Lavelle Moulton, who's a good friend. A lot is actually invited. A lot of the Central basketball alumni.
You must be driving now.
Hey, Charles, hold on. Charles, hold on 1 second. 1 second. You must be going to a cell that's not. Can you hear us okay now? Okay. We'll get him back. Yeah.
But, hey, look, he dropped off on, he went through that tunnel, the one in Charlotte.
The Lincoln Tunnel.
Y'all
The Lincoln Tunnel. Yeah, that tunnel.
But it's in. Okay. So Charles,
you back? Oh, maybe not.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
now,
yeah.
there you
yes.
go. We're here now. Go ahead. You were saying?
I was saying Coach Lavelle Moulton has invited the alumni basketball team to actually come out and watch his team practice today, and then afterwards they're going to have a lunch together, which will be good, where, a lot of the old alumni will be able to fellowship with the current team, which I think is a great move on Coach Moulton's part of just throwing an olive branch out, to a lot of the guys that played in the past, but, more importantly, to meet the team now. So I'm actually really looking forward to coming down. I'm probably going to miss the practice part, but I definitely plan to be there for the food and fellowship, which I think is a great move on Lavelle's part.
That's interesting you say that. We're talking to Charles Whitfield, NCCU alum and North Carolina Music Hall of Famer, right here on the Sports Shop. Give people a snapshot to why, when we say homecoming, why that's so important to people like yourself and alum that come by, particularly at that school and all other schools. Why is that so important, Charles?
Man, it's so important because, especially in the midst of COVID, and basically, most homecomings for the last 2 years, I know a lot of them didn't even happen, and some did stuff virtually, which virtual is cool, but it's not the same as being on the yard, where you did struggle at times and made relationships. My wife I met at Central, October 9th just passed. We were married 23 years, but
happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we dated 7. So, I've known her 30. You know what I mean? And my best friend at Central, who was the best man at my wedding, Darren White, who actually introduced me to my wife. They were business majors together. And the funny reason how I met my wife, I'd wait for him out in front of the business class every Tuesday and Thursday. 10:40, we walked to the Union, and I kept seeing this young lady. And one day I said, "Yeah, do you know her?" And he said, "Yeah, that's my homegirl," because they were both from Greenville.
Yeah.
And he really didn't know it, but he told me he did. And I said, "Bro, as much as we waiting out here for you, I need an introduction." And so literally he did, and the rest is history. And so literally, it's something where I can literally walk with him today, and we can walk by the old School of Business building. I'm like, man, that's history. And so one, it's just those relationships that you build, and our teammates, our Central basketball guys, we're all on a group text. It's about 20 of us. Pop Bennett, Derek Lee, the whole crew, and we just go back and forth exchanging, on a group text. It's like 20 of us, and one of our Coach Ron Woodard, who was one of our assistant coaches,
right?
And we just every morning, Doc Doc, who was our manager, puts a scripture in there every morning, and we get on and we fellowship on there amongst each other, and we do that. And if one of us, unfortunately, we've had 3 or 4 teammates who passed away, or if somebody's getting married or somebody's having a baby, it's just fellowship. So one, to just be able to come down and see those guys and just hang out. And in the midst of, how life is so short, if you look at, unfortunately, what happened with Takeoff from the Migos. 28 years old, life just ahead of him, but guess what? He's gone. And so the thing is you never know when that could be your moment. And what I've learned is as I've gotten older, and I got a 10-year-old, I'm 53 years old, I'm never going to, and I was in a very serious car accident in 2018, and I'll never take one day for granted, because at the end of the day, something could happen, and that could be your last day, and it had nothing to do with anything you did. And so, I'm so grateful for the relationships that I made at Central. My college roommate was Sean Kearney, who still lives in, and we keep in contact, and it's family. And so at the end of the day, every university when it's homecoming is special, but it's something a little bit different when it's a HBCU. And I owe Central a lot. My parents always told me, never forget where you came from. I try my best not to do that. My brother Fred, we both live by that principle, because that's what we were taught from our parents, and I'm trying to instill that in my 10-year-old daughter, who, if she wasn't in school today, she would be rolling with Daddy, but Daddy's got to be there while she's in school. I said, I'll see you on Sunday. At the end of the day, it's truly about those lifelong relationships that they become family. And Earl, I know I just met K-Mac not too, but Earl, I've known you for years. You're like a mentor. When I used to come to Central, used to hang out with Butch Williams and Bill Ford and my brother Fred. And so at the end of the day, anytime you call me, I'm going to be there.
I appreciate that.
It's respect. And at the end, each one teach one, and that's what I live by. And at the end, I'm blessed to be a member of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. I look forward to talking to the team today, because guess what? I wasn't a starter at Central. I was a good player, but for some reason at Central, me and the coaches, not that we did not get along, but I didn't play a lot. But at the end of the day, I didn't complain about it. What I did, I was on a scholarship. I said, let me use a scholarship to get my degree, and at the end of the day, let me do what I need to do business-wise. And at the end, and not saying it in an arrogant way, but very humble about what I've achieved, I'm doing well. And so at the end of the day, I like to come back and show the alumni I wasn't a starter. At most points I scored in my whole career at Central was probably 30, where in high school I averaged 18 a game. So I know how to play, and I'm a scholar of the game. And so it's all about making what you can out the best opportunity you got. And at the end of the day, I'm not in the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame. My brother's in that. I'm in the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Remember what your mama said. A Hall of Fame is
a Hall of Fame. That's right. That's good.
Y'all got it all covered, though. You got one in the Sports Hall of Fame, one in the Music Hall of Fame.
I think that's the first. We talked about this before. I think nobody else has that like that, brother.
Yeah, I think we need to do some research to see if it's a brother tandem that one is in sports and one is in music. I'd really be interested to see, because I do think we may be the first, and believe me, my mom definitely lets people know.
She's proud.
As she should.
She just turned 91 years old and is an alumni of Bennett College, and she's a lifelong 50-year Delta member. So every birthday, my daughter Olivia gets an elephant, and Olivia's, why do I keep getting these elephants? I said, you'll understand it at some point real soon.
That's right.
There you go. As always, my friend, it's a pleasure to have you joining us. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend out and about. So 1:36. I expect to see you 2.5 hours later.
Earl, call me by 1:40 and ask me where I am.
Okay,
I'm going to be on the highway.
I got you, Charles.
77, headed to 85 to get to Durham.
There you go, bro. Safe travels, my friend. We'll see you later. Take care.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys, and you guys have a great day.
You too.
Right.